Hello there guys, it's Nic Dempsey here and I'm playing Torment, Tides of Numenera. Now, this is a RPG, a tactical strategy RPG that received some awesome reviews. I read amazing things about this game, and it's an isometrical RPG and with a deep and nice story, so I really wanted to try that out, and let's start the game, I guess. Will you be female or male? I think I'll be a male protagonist. And your mind wakes in darkness. Oh, he's reading.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
The membrane that protects me?
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important.
This is like the
As
Matrix.
if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Okay, let's look
A
around.
fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside.
So we're basically in some kind of cocoon, exactly. Waiting to come out of it.
Gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges.
Wow. I really hope this is a nightmare because, I mean, it doesn't really make actual sense.
Your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height.
Oh yeah, you must be fun at party.
The ground rushes toward you.
You know what? I'll dive toward the ground.
Hands to your
I mean, if it's a nightmare, go big or go home.
Tears at your face and scalp, and your skin burns at a tremendous speed. Your vision blurs, and you are unable to judge how far you've fallen.
Keep diving, the faster the better.
Whispers itself into your mind.
Terminal velocity.
You've reached the limit of the speed the air will grant you, and now that you enter the lower reaches of the atmosphere, you can feel it thickening around you, and miraculously you are slowing from the frenzied descent.
That's right. That's right. Come on.
It's a relative term. You knife through
Ooh,
the air,
achievement
crossing
unlocked.
its
Terminal
barriers.
velocity. Nice.
You have no time for the poetry of falling. This realization drives itself home as you strike an unyielding surface. As your skin explodes and your organs liquefy on impact, a brief thought flashes through your mind. Your life was utterly and
So
completely
I
meaningless.
died, but you can die in nightmares, meaning which I should wake up now. Come on, come on. Most of your body is splattered across the ground. Your sole legacy to this world is a small crater near Sagus Cliff. Oh, game over. Well, I guess this completes our playthrough of the game. No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I don't have any save games, so I guess I'll have to start again. Okay, I'm falling again. Above me, a small loon is slowly collapsing, yes.
The world is many kilometers below you.
Now let's try to flatten out to catch the
Spread your
wind.
arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly.
Sluggishly.
Stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe.
Massive ocean?
Island chains.
Small moons.
Unusual structures and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Let's study this
This
world.
appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north.
Oh, that's the blade where I left the crater last time. I mean,
Further
when I
to
died.
the east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Okay. Now, knowing that this is not a nightmare, I can either try to slow the descent even more or try to remember what happened. Maybe if I try to remember what happened, I can remember about my superpowers.
Any other option? You close your eyes to the world below you
And concentrate.
Yeah. Past you and concentrate. You remember that you were in the hallways of a place that wove itself through your blood, through your thoughts. The memories project themselves in your mind, a story told to you as if they happened to someone else. Yet it was your body that walked those halls, your lungs that breathed that air.
Yeah, this feels like an audiobook of something.
Because something was hunting you, a nightmare far more powerful than you.
Were you powerful? Well, I hope so.
In your stolen memory, you know that you were. What could have stood against you? Who wielded instruments of flame and time itself? The name is on the tip of your tongue. You were... Who? Who were you?
Continue to search for these memories.
Everything you know about anatomy, physics, and death, and you are surprised to realize that you do know something about them.
Nice.
When you survive this fall, you suspect that you might be able to reawaken a dormant strength you sense inside you. But who could possibly survive a fall from this height?
Well, I thought I was able to survive it, but I died, so...
You remember reaching an escape tube, and you remember being struck by a tendril of force, and then the fall. The fall.
The fall.
You open your eyes in time to see a riot of color around you, your descent barely slowed, and then agony flares throughout your body as a crunching impact destroys you. The last
Again.
thing you hear is a rapidly cycling line of energy, and then...
And then, maybe a plot twist, maybe I survive. Darkness. Huh? Okay, so apparently I'm alive. I think so. Yeah, I should be alive, I guess. Move. Interact. Okay, let's see what this is. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, sputtering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's surrounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. So examine the bowl, leave the bowl alone. Let's try moving carefully the bowl. Tutorial effort. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stats pool, might, speed and intellect. Oh, my 3 statistics that you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using efforts. Okay, to more easily move the bowl in front of you, use a mouse to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Oh, I love this kind of games. So I have 5 might, and you know what? I don't want to waste a lot of might. Let's try use only 1. Oh, success, 45%, but we did it. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. Let's move it. Okay, now what? Water. Or whatever this liquid is. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. So I have 5 last cast off. I have 20 health, 5 might, 5 speed, 5 intellect and 0 experience point, no money, and I guess nothing in my inventory and abilities. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edge of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello? Are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build a path to us and be careful. Build a path? Huh? Well, there's actually a lot going on about this game. Leave the ball alone. Let's not overturn it. I mean, I'll have time to explore all these menus. Let's proceed in the story right now. As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. Oh, this feels like Mass Effect, you know, when you touch this thing and memories trample your mind. You stand in front of a rusty door. The air is humid and dank. Dank means. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. So I was a underwater being? But this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure had been crushing you even so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. Who is a genius with machines? Oh, someone in my memories, so I'm having a flashback and I can interact with it. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed, you must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sound of pursuit? Threaten him? Or this is taking too long. Cast a spell unnecessary and fix the device yourself. You know what? If you want something done it right, you have to done it yourself. Cast a spell. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the things. Yeah, of course you were, of course. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of a pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. Wow, this is really like a novel. It's written in an amazing way. The right impulse of a sonar alarm, yes, I can hear it, ripples through the water. The gods won't be far behind. So we can run or disable the sonar pulse or use a device to stop them. One of the ciphers in your bed. You know what? We can run. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe my choices in this tutorial are going to define my starting class and attribute points, just like Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion and whatever, kinda like every RPG ever. The water is crystal clear around you as you kick away from the pedestal. Your companion hangs motionless in the water, too far for you to reach before the guards arrive. You stroke for the hallway through which you entered, and emerging into the air, you race for the great door. The sounds of something breaching the surface behind spur you to greater speeds, but you fear you're not fast enough. But maybe I can use a spell to be faster? No. The memory begins to fade as if you were being drawn backwards through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. You must construct additional pylons. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, so I'm reconstructing my memory. As though the memory itself is not truly yours, or maybe I'm fabricating it. in order to have more convenient memories. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. Wow. The story is mad already. I mean, I'd like some explanation about what is going on. But I guess we'll continue follow this magic path and clicking on the magic light. Let's examine this door. The light around the door frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in a high wind. No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronze segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. Okay, we can't open this door yet. New memories. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral, not like mine. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we have found? Draw attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can clearly see, like showboating. Use your charm to persuade her of the merits of this site and to remind her of the time constraints, or convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. You know what? I have a superior intellect, a magical mind. Let's go. A slight chill enters the air as you describe the potential power of the metallic disc below and the sealed vaults beneath it. She nods. So that's what your servitor machines are doing down there? You've already chosen this as the site, haven't you? Yes, I have. I think I have. She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." Oh, that was easy. The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. I have mechanical servitors, I think. They mentioned it already. You try to draw one of the constructs, yes, away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. So what the hell, how dare you? When you lay a hand on its shoulder to enforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. What the hell, I can't control my machines. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Oh, don't you dare ignoring me. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. What unpolite person. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? So, use the Numenera integrated into the construct body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction, whatever the Numenera will be. I don't think, it's in the title of the game, so I guess it's something important. Examine the construct for mechanical faults or look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc itself. Let's look for a deeper solution, or maybe use this Numenera. I don't know. You know what? Let's look for a deeper solution. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from many transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Of course, transdimensional emissions. It was easy to suppose. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind. Block by jagged block, you stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories, hearts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing, and it's haunting you. Really? I'm being haunted now? Oh, let's run! Come on, cutscene. A vision of a city springs up around you. Your city, in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. I have a lot of companions, apparently. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. So I hate protecting people. I mean, in RPGs, I guess. I mean, because you know they have a life bar, and if they die, you fail, and it's, you know what I mean. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from an hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor and holding a hilt with a sizzling invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance a single file, confined by the parapet. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it for at least a strike or two. Duck under the giant's wing and attack before it can strike, or fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. You know what? Trade blows with the giant. I'm not a coward. The giant's first two attacks are blurs. You block the first strike, but the second forces you to your knees. Though you're dazed and your vision is hazy, your armor holds and you keep your wits about you. Enough that when he raises the great axe above his head to finish you, you are able to bury your blade under his breastplate. Yeah! The blade emerges from the back of his neck, and his life's blood washes over your hands. He falls, taking your weapon with him, and his companion attacks, so it's not over yet. Her invisible blade is far more lethal than the giant's axe. Oh, I should have thought about who was the greater threat. You duck as she thrusts into you, and the wall behind you hisses, destroyed. Her return wings cut through your armor, ruining your breastplate. She doesn't have to be skilled with a weapon like this. Oh, easy peasy with the OP weapon. She just has to make contact. You time your attack just as she pulls it back for another strike. You barrel into her, driving her over the wall, and she drops screaming to the ground 50 meters below, so that's an environment kill, I guess. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stair. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Hurl yourself against the door and knock them to the ground, or crack the door open to sneak past them, or charge through them, counting on your defenses to protect you. Yeah, let's resolve this Dragon Age style. Charge through them. I don't give a damn. You charge through the dim shadows and burst through the doorway. Freeze, motherfuckers! Ramming into the nearest soldier. He falls and you rebound nimbly off him, only to take a direct hit from his companion's blade. The impact launches you down the hall, just as you hoped, for the blows makes your ears ring. Oh, so I half succeeded. You come to your feet and race on, ignoring the mild ache in your chest. Projectiles skip and spark off the walls around you. and you barely feel the single desperate bolt that deflects off your reinforced backplate. You know, I have a nice heavy armor in this flashback. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. Come on, maybe I can go out. This, maybe. Let's interact with this mirror. Magic mirror on the wall. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, that mean clone, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a pressured few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head, a tattoo that apparently I don't have. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs, and the choices you made, here we go, shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and for some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you. An even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Let's see. Point at the intelligent doppelganger with the furrowed brow. Point at the ragged doppelganger striding on the shoulder of the others. Point at the tough-looking doppelganger. Step away to the mirror. Let's try to pick wisely here. I mean, the wise choice would be the intelligent doppelganger, but in RPGs, being tough is always useful because we don't know when we are supposed to tank some hit, but I think that I'll pick the intelligent doppelganger in this choice. The doppelganger holds itself erect among the pressing crowd. It meets your eyes with a confident gaze, triggering familiar memories in the back of your mind. When you return from your contemplation, the doppelganger is waiting for your decision with a knowing smile. Yes, that is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face reflects confidence and cleverness, shadows of weapons flickers in and out of its hands, and a few devices shimmer on its belt. You get the feeling you will be comfortable in a variety of situations. The word Jack sounds in your mind. Again, a descriptor, intelligence, so now I have 7 intellect points, and an advancement is available because I guess I'm a smart one. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, feeling you, making you whole. You know, this is mad phrasing, if you know what I mean. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared words, like a bell if bells could rot. Something is coming. The mirror fades, leaving a dark open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. Character creation. Your choices in the memories and the mirror have begun to build your character exactly as we supposed, but it was easy to think, I guess. But now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Well, you know what? Intelligent Jack, I think I'm going to stop right now because I've been recording for half an hour or something like that, and I mean, we've entered this realm of Torment, Tide of Numenera, and I mean, I'm fascinated by the plot of this game, but I don't want to make a video too long, so I think we'll save the end of the tutorial and the character creation for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on it and subscribe for more content and the next episode of this series. So see you in the next video.